Today I'm going to be making not a pizza. I'm going to be making a meatza. If you don't know what a meatza is, stick around. Now you may have seen a meatza at some of the pizza chains. Basically a meatza is a pizza without a crust, without any dough in there. I'm not going to be doing it the traditional way where you spread a bunch of ground beef or ground pork in there and create a crust with that. We're going to be making a meatball meatza. First thing I want to do is I want to get our sauce ready because it has all the other components of a pizza, the sauce, the cheese, the toppings, all that stuff. So I'm starting with 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes. Now there's a little bit of fresh basil that came in the can with this, but we're going to supplement that. We're adding a tablespoon of dried oregano, tablespoon of dried basil, a teaspoon of cracked black pepper, a teaspoon of kosher salt, a tablespoon of granulated garlic or garlic powder, and a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. We're just going to mix this together here. We don't even need to simmer this or anything in a pan because this is going to get cooked plenty when we put it on our meatza. Wonder how many times I'll say pizza instead of meatza in this video. Let's take a quick taste here. I like that, that's really nice. All right, let's move on to getting our meatballs ready. So for our meatballs, we're starting with 3 pounds of 80/20 ground beef. To this, I'm adding half a cup of breadcrumbs, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt and 1 teaspoon of cracked black pepper, half a cup of chopped fresh basil, and 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. We're just gonna get in here and mix it up. All right, that's looking good. Let's form our meatballs. All right, so we are just gonna start making meatballs here. They're gonna be larger than golf balls, but not as big as tennis balls. And I didn't mention it, but we're gonna be smoking the meatballs out on the pellet grill and then baking this meatza on the pellet grill too. It's one of the things I love about the pellet grill is it's an outdoor oven that goes to higher temperatures than my electric smoker, which really tops out about 300. This can go up to 500. So here we go, we're just taking some meat, roughly shaping it like that. Do another one here. Not working it too much, just want to form it. And that's what we're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these meatballs ready, then I'll see you out at the pellet grill. All right, we are out here at the Camp Chef Woodwind WiFi 24. Camp Chef sent this grill to me a couple months ago. I've been testing it, using it, and I think it's going to do great for an outdoor oven, which is something I really love a grill to be able to do, get up to those high temperatures and control it. We're running at 375 today for this first phase of smoking up these meatballs, and I'm using the competition blend of pellets. So let's get these meatballs on. All right, we're gonna let these go for 20 minutes before we start using them to build our meatza. All right, we've been going for 20 minutes at 375. Let's see how we're looking. Those are looking great. You can probably see my cast iron pan in there. I wanted to preheat that because that's what we're going to be building this meatza in. So I'm going to go ahead and get these meatballs off here so we can build our meatza, get it back on the Camp Chef Woodwind Wi-Fi, let it finish up. All right, I cranked the Camp Chef Woodwind Wi-Fi up to 450 degrees. So once we get this back on, it's going to be high temp, going to cook it great. All right, let's go ahead and start building this meatza. I'm going to take our meatballs and just start filling the pan. Maybe we can fit them all in there today. I think we might be able to get them all in there. Just cram in there, get down in there. All right, that'll work. First, just a little bit of sauce on these guys. Now we're gonna add some shredded mozzarella cheese. This is a low moisture mozzarella. And we are really gonna cover this. We wanna get it down in those cracks. It's a very cheesy recipe, which may seem funny to some of you who followed me for a while, where I say I'm not the biggest cheese fan. Well, pizza I am. That was about 24 ounces of mozzarella. Now I'm gonna sprinkle some Parmesan on top. I'm not even sure how much that was. Half a cup maybe? Get a little more sauce here. Now for some toppings. I'm gonna put some jalapenos on here. These are just sliced jalapenos, seeds and all. Again, this sort of thing, you can put whatever you want on it. This is what I want on it. I'm gonna put some sliced black olives on here and some sliced mushrooms. If you've ever heard the term pizza pie, well, Meatza ends up being a lot like a pie sometimes. That's how this one is going to be. Finally, one of my favorite toppings for a pizza is this fennel pepper rub from Stephen Reichland. Really, really good. I really like this stuff. I've used it on pizza before and it's fantastic. All right, let's get this back on the Camp Chef. All right, we'll check that in about 10 minutes. All right, we've been going 10 minutes. Let's have a look. Ooh, that is looking good. But I think I want to let it go about another 5 minutes. Close it up, let it finish up. All right, we've been going another 5 minutes. I think we're probably done. Oh yeah. All right, this is gonna come off and it's gonna sit for probably 20 minutes just to cool down a bit so it's not hot lava when we taste. So I'll see you back here in about 20 minutes. All right, our very cheesy Meatza here, which is kind of a cast iron skillet filled with meatballs covered with sauce and cheese. I know, but it's a Meatza. It's a replacement for pizza if you don't want crust. Gonna go ahead, cut in, see what it looks like. Oh yeah. Get under here. Oh yeah, look at that. All right, I'm gonna serve some up because it's time to taste. All right, I have a couple slices of our meatball Meatza here, and I'm just gonna dig in. Gotta get some jalapeno in that first bite here. Let's see. That is really good. And one of the things that I'm surprised with is there's a good amount of smoky flavor on this. One of the bad raps that pellet grills get is that they don't put off enough smoky flavor. I honestly haven't found that to be an issue here. Now sometimes it can be the blend you use. This is the competition blend. It's a mix of, I think, hickory, maple, and one other wood. I'm not sure which one. Hickory's a great wood to use. It gives off a lot of flavor, and it's a lot of flavor in this. Also, just really great Italian flavor. And honestly, some of that is that fennel pepper rub. I love that stuff. On the top here, it's kind of like if you sprinkled, crushed red pepper flakes on your pizza. This is the same sort of thing, except a different flavor profile. That fennel in there is just terrific. You get a lot of fennel in Italian sausages and it works great here. Now, the pellet grill makes this very easy because you can set the temperature and it does act like an oven. But you could also do this on the kettle, in the oven, anywhere where you can get a high temp and maintain it for 20 to 30, 40 minutes on that last stage especially. The first stage, you're basically just smoking the meatballs, and you can do that any way you want. You could even use non-smoked meatballs. You could just bake them in the oven, get the same sort of result. But I think this is a great way to have meatballs in the form of a pizza. So if you want to make a pizza without the crust, you can do it by creating a Meatza either with a fully lined bottom of the pan with ground beef or with meatballs, just filling that space with great cheese, great sauce, great seasonings. Okay, that last one was a big bite.